Hey besties, it's your girl D Christy, and guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna pressure can some carrots, and y'all know that is super exciting for your girl. So let me grab my peeler, honey, and let's get started with peeling these carrots. And by the way, I have already washed them. I just saved you the trouble of having to see that boring part. But let me tell you, I was gifted these carrots from a neighbor, and I think word is getting out in my neighborhood that I love to pressure can because besties, they be giving me carrots, onions, potatoes, some of everything. But anyhow, besties, I done got them peeled up. So I'm going to grab one of my good knives, honey, because we are about to cut the ends off of these. And then we're going to cut the carrots in chunks, okay? Look, I'm going to be using these carrots for something like some roast or some soup. I love baking chicken and putting carrots and onion on top. So it's going to be used for something like that, right? So you can cut yours up as pretty as you want for whatever you need to. But baby, I like mine in different variations of chunks. And that is exactly how I'm going to cut them, y'all. They're so thick and big. But anyhow, we got them ready, right? Yes, don't they look beautiful? Your girl is super excited. Now comes my favorite part because we are about to put these carrots into 5 quart-sized jars, right? It's amazing how when you done pressure canning for so long, you can look at food and already know how many jars you're going to need. But anyhow, 5 quart-sized jars, and I'm filling them up with a 1-inch headspace, right? Now, if you wanted to add any other vegetables into your jars, this would be the time that you would do that. So if you wanted to do potatoes and carrots, carrots and onions and celery. If you wanted to add meat to your jars, besties, this would be the time you do it. You handle it how you want to handle it. But anyhow, now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice into my jars because I want my carrots to keep their beautiful color, right? So if you was using pint-sized jars, you're going to use 1/2 teaspoon, okay? And it adds a little bit of acid into your jars. Once we're done with that, we're going to take this pickling salt, also known as canning salt, and we're going to add 1 teaspoon into each jar. Now listen, if you wanted to add anything else into your jar seasoning-wise, this would be the time you would do so. I'm keeping mine simple, okay? Adding only the salt and the lemon juice. Next, we're going to add the liquid into the jars. I'm using simple water. If you want to use broth, you can do broth, okay? But tonight, I am using H2O, right? And I filled them up with a 1-inch headspace. And now I am debubbling my jars to remove any air pockets out of them, right? You want to make sure your jars get a good seal, so do not skip this step, okay? This may also create room for you to add more liquid, and you would do that to make sure you still have a 1-inch headspace. Next, I'm going to get this vinegar and I'm going to put some on a napkin. You can grab a cloth or whatever you want to, honey, because all we're going to do is use that to clean the rims off, right? We're just removing any debris. You're not disinfecting your jars. You're only removing debris. That is what it's for. And then next, we're going to take the lids and we're going to simply put them on the jars. If you want to use a little tool to do that, you can, honey. My hand work all the same. Next, we're going to put the rings on the jars, okay? And you're going to only do that fingertip tight. Do not use the palm of your hand. It don't take all that. Fingertip tight is good enough to make the magic work. After that, we're going to move to the canner and add 3 quarts of water into my pressure canner, right? The rack is already in there, and I'm going to add a splash of vinegar to keep my jars from staining. And now I'm adding my jars. If you want to put empty jars in there to make a total of 7 jars, you can with some water. Some people do that. I don't. But anyhow, I have 5 jars, and I'm going to interlock my lid so best it's not going to blow off. My lid is interlocked, and I'm going to put my dial on high, right? And I'm going to let this pot get to boiling. As you can see, it's on 0, but when it's all said and done, when it's ready, that little knob back there is going to pop up and you're going to see steam coming up, letting you know it is time to put on the weight, bestie. And we're going to put this weight on until this dial moves up until it gets to 11, okay? 11 pounds of pressure. That is what it is for me. As you can tell, it is shaking, rock and rolling, telling me it's ready. And I turn that dial down to 4 and I let it pressure can for 30 minutes at 11 pounds of pressure. Now, I always turn my lid sideways so that steam don't burn this cute little face of mine, all right? You can do the same. But next, besties, look at the magic. My carrots are done. They are beautiful, honey. 5 gorgeous jars, right? So I'm going to take them out, and in less than 10 minutes, my jar is going to be popping, indicating they are sealed. And then I'm going to let them sit for about 18 to 24 hours to settle. When that is done, honey, I'm going to clean up my jars and I'm going to date them with the date that I got done, so I'll know the time frame of how I used them. And besties, they're going to be stacking and packing until I'm ready to use them. That's many, many years to come, all right? All right, besties, happy canning, and I hope this video helped you.